something I want to discuss concerning contraception for in our environment. Okay, so it's usually a controversy. So in our environment, we don't usually talk about sex. In fact, the young people or the single people, they usually don't have sex at all until there is reason to start considering abortion. And of course, Nigeria has restricted abortion laws, so ideally they shouldn't get it. The only time or the only recommendation for anybody to have an abortion is if the continuance of that particular pregnancy jeopardizes the life of the mother. So this becomes a problem for those young people when, first of all, is that you shouldn't talk about sex. Of course, nobody discusses it in Africa. In fact, in Africa, nobody has sex. You can't have sex. You don't have sex until you are pregnant. So you see, this type and this pattern of hypocrisy in our environment, it makes it very difficult for us to control the rate of illicit abortion, criminal abortion in our environment, whereby there is a problem with the society, and of course the cultural values, religious values tend to clash with this. I don't necessarily believe that abortion should be should be discussed in such a manner as, because of course that is mother, whether you like it or not. But the point is, how do you not talk to teenagers about sex? Why don't you discuss how the hormone that ravages their body from day to day, why they feel the way they do? And you feel when you tell them they will know too much. Let me tell you, when a child is getting up to SS1, SS2, I'm just being modest here, they have known so much. Sometimes they want to experiment. Some mothers might not be very close to their kids. Sometimes even the fathers are not close to their children. How do you not expect them to tell you when they have this feeling? So it's important that as parents, we must be able to discuss this thing with our children, guide them aright, let them open up, and then when we do this, we'll be able to let them understand that these things can be controlled and they have a very balanced sexual life. Sexual health is quite a subset of reproductive health, which must be discussed. All right, you have a young lady coming up to the contraceptive clinic to pick up contraception. The society will look at her as, this lady is quite wayward. It becomes quite controversial how to balance between not discussing sex, between having sex behind the closed doors, between not picking up contraception, between when contraception is picked, the person becomes a bad person, or when the person now considers abortion becomes a person, or when the person will not be allowed to have the abortion and the person happens to do the abortion elsewhere, the person will now commit the criminal abortion and of course lead to death. These are all confusing, these are all controversial, but we should be able to discuss this as parents brilliantly and come up with good reputable discussion with our children on what to do and how to balance their sexual life. Thank you very much, and peace out.